Hi, this is Jake Anderson with the Conejo Teachers, and this is a presentation about, well, basically staying out of trouble with technology in your classroom. We're going to talk about is proper use of district property and things to be mindful of, social media and things to be aware of when you're posting on social media, cell phones, your cell phone and kids' cell phones, and what to be thinking about when you're in your classroom, your personal websites, things to think about there, your contract and board policy provisions that apply to you with regard to technology, and a discussion about your rights versus kids' rights, which is a little different. All right, so district property. If you are working on a district laptop or computer, you have to work under the assumption that every keystroke can be recorded. Every website you go to can be recorded. Every time you look at your bank statement, that can be seen. Every time you access personal email on a district computer, that can be seen. Every document that you write, every report card that you put on, every IEP, everything can be seen and tracked by the district. The operative word there is can, not will. Generally, the districts do not have the time nor the interest in doing it, and usually issues that come up around technology happen as a specific incident or come up later under another investigation with something that may be totally unrelated. And we'll talk about some of those stories in a little bit here. Also using the district network. If you have a personal phone or a laptop or an iPad, some of the tablets, something along those lines, that you're using the district's internet server, the websites that you access can be tracked with technology that the district may have at the district office. And another thing to think about is when you are using jump drives, bringing files from another computer, say at home, onto your district computer. Viruses is one thing, but in another situation, we had a teacher who had all of his lesson plans and different lessons on a jump drive that he worked on at home, brought it to work, and pulled all of the files off of the jump drive onto his district computer, and inadvertently brought over pictures that weren't appropriate. He never accessed those pictures on his district computer, but in the course of another investigation, pictures were found, and it came from the jump drive that was accidentally done. Keep in mind, personal email can be seen if you're using a district computer. There has been a situation in another state where a teacher's personal email was subpoenaed by a family when they got in a jam with the school district, and the reason was that they said that the teacher used personal email for business reasons. The teacher didn't use the district email because it was inconsistent and it wasn't reliable, so she was using Gmail or Yahoo or something. It went to the state Supreme Court, and the teacher's rights were upheld, but that's a lengthy, drawn-out process to have to be a part of. And Facebook, we're going to talk a little bit about that, but that is getting increasing issues for people when you're posting things that aren't appropriate for students or what parents deem as inappropriate. So social media is everywhere. Everybody's using it. Teachers are using it. Some teachers are using it to communicate with kids in their class. We recommend that you do not friend any students at your school or any parents at your school. And the reason is anything can be posted from somebody else. And if you don't have your privacy settings set correctly, you could potentially be, a friend could be posting a picture of you that you may not want. So we recommend setting your privacy settings very, very stringently. The posting of info. We've had some teachers that have gotten into trouble when they post derogatory information, complaints about parents, complaints about students, other staff members, their principal. Those are the kinds of things that are getting people into trouble. And so be conscious of what you are posting. We had a teacher up north of here who took a pole dancing aerobics class, and a picture of her got posted on Facebook on a pole with her sweats on, nothing tawdry, but she her friend took a picture, posted on Facebook, and a student saw it, flunked her class, and the parents challenged the grade and said that because he saw that picture, he couldn't concentrate for the rest of the year, and the student didn't deserve the F. Nothing happened to the teacher. The teacher's grade was upheld, but it's stressful to go through a grade challenging process. We have another story where a teacher in Washington took a picture of her, of she and her husband doing a toast at a wedding with champagne. Parents complained, saying, this isn't appropriate, teachers shouldn't be drinking, and an investigation was done, and nothing came out of it, but she had to go through an investigation and answer these questions about drinking. We had another teacher in Pennsylvania, and this one made national news. She was going for her credential, and this is in Pennsylvania. She took a picture of herself with a pirate hat on, and she had a red party cup in her hand. The caption under the picture that she posted said, "Drunken Pirate." The university that she was trying to get the credential from rejected her credential application because of that picture. They said that it was inappropriate and teachers shouldn't be behaving that way. So we're hearing more and more of these stories, and when the media gets a hold of these stories, they turn it into a very salacious, interesting story, and this is an example of one of those.
Teachers behaving badly and caught on Facebook. Tonight, the fallout from an I-Team investigation. And good evening, I'm Dave Wagner.
And I'm Sonia Gann. Tonight, we are getting new information on the teachers under investigation. CMS confirms 1 is a high school teacher, 3 teach elementary school, and 3 more are assistants in the after-school program. For the first time today, we also heard from the CMS superintendent. Jeff Campbell broke the story. He has the very latest in this I-Team report.
The pictures and comments speak for themselves.
Neither mother nor superintendent are proud of some of the things they've seen.
But today, CMS Superintendent Peter Gorman put words to the frustration many are feeling.
When you've got the most precious thing any family has, their children in it, you've just got a higher standard that you've got to reach.
Our News Channel 36 investigation found CMS employees on Facebook saying things like, "I hate my students." What we found happened outside of class, but the superintendent says it absolutely affects what happens inside.
We've got moms and dads, and we've got students who need to be able to go into that classroom every day and have full faith and trust.
So far, 4 employees have been disciplined, a 5th's on paid leave and facing possible termination for calling her school, Thomas Borough Elementary, ghetto. That comment angering parents.
These are my kids, and I want them to be able to go to a school where all the teachers love their job and love their kids.
Parents frustrated, the district still investigating, and all the while acknowledging more cases could be coming.
If we find a case where someone's done something inappropriate, we just have to act in a fair, firm, legal, and consistent manner.
As the investigation moves forward, Dr. Gorman says parents should know action is being taken, and the actions of a few do not speak for the district as a whole. I'm Jeff Campbell reporting for News Channel 36.
So that's one story, and here's another story that is a little more recent.
A teacher here at Brownsville Area High School was suspended for 30 days after someone turned a picture of her with a male stripper over to authorities. The teacher will spend 30 school days at home without pay after being caught in a photograph during a bridal shower.
As a fun gesture, some of the people who were invited thought it would be fun to make the party a little bit more exciting.
Brianne Mitchell was invited but couldn't attend. Her friends hired a male stripper to surprise the bride. One teacher was caught in the frame when someone took a picture of the stripper, who was reportedly wearing a small undergarment. The teacher, though, was fully clothed and reportedly not posing. Then the picture was posted on Facebook, and eventually administrators saw it.
She was caught in the photograph. She was in the picture.
The district superintendent won't comment on the suspension.
It is a personnel and contractual matter and can only be discussed by the board in executive session.
The district's attorney told me he has advised none of the school board members to talk about it either. Attorney Jeremy Davis also told me over the phone he wants this issue to go away as quickly as possible, and that there won't be public comment allowed on the topic at tonight's school board meeting. But people and students are talking about it.
But they're telling the kids not to do something, so why should they? I mean, regardless whether they're fully dressed or not, you know, they're supposed to be setting an example for the kids.
If the picture had a man in it with a female dancer, would there really be this much speculation in regard to the photo?
In Brownsville, Fayette County, Ashley Hardway, Channel 4 Action News.
So, you can see these stories get blown out of proportion, and it's better to be cautious about what's being posted. You know, these pictures that you just saw in these stories, none of that was illegal. These are adults doing things that are perfectly legal, and frankly, as far as I know, all 50 states, but teachers are held to a different standard than everybody else, and depending on the administration that you're working with, the reaction can be very severe or you know, a little bit more professional, and so just be aware. This is just to give you a little idea of how much information is being distributed on social media every day, or every minute of every day. YouTube has 48 hours of new video posted every minute of every day. The Facebook has 684,000 pieces of content every minute, every day. Instagram, the picture sharing site, we're finding that more and more younger people are using Instagram because mom and dad are on Facebook now, and even grandma's on Facebook, so they don't want to be where those lame people are, and so they're on Instagram now. And that's becoming the social media of choice for our younger folks in high school and college. So it's everywhere. We need to know how to respond to it and deal with it. Cell phones. I'm going to stop the video here, and we will pick up in part 2 with cell phones in the next part.